Curious Calico here, checking in for another session of therapy. I do appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Today I'd like to briefly discuss a few reasons why you must own your comfort zone. When we were younger, I'm sure some of us would agree, a comfort zone was a very familiar place for us. A safe place, right? Especially during some of the more troubling times of our childhood. It was typically during these times we just wanted to run away and hide from the world around us. Yet as time went on, we better understood you cannot run and hide from everything in life. Now, we are all fully aware when it comes to maturity, there are levels to this game. And if you happen to belong to the select few who have grown to appreciate most individuals for not only who they are, but also what they are, at some point in your life, you've come to grips with the fact that complacency is and always will be the enemy of personal growth. Now, with that said, I do understand this change within yourself did not occur overnight. Yet after surrounding yourself with the necessary amount of focus, persistence, and determination, you were able to gain enough motivation and positive energy to propel yourself in the right direction towards a future better version of yourself. Again, obviously this was much easier said than done, and as you are now aware going forward, you will be held fully accountable for all of your actions as well as your non-actions. Curious, what do you mean by this? Many a times in life, we are the greatest resistance against our own personal development. So in whatever way works for you, do yourself a favor, get out of your own way, and let go of that older version of yourself, regardless of how comfortable you currently are with it. We must always remember our wants, feelings, and emotions are temporary, but failure is forever. We have to always beware of this temptation to continue to put off our future lives for this counterfeit dream otherwise known as a comfort zone. Keep in mind, if you find yourself more times than not wanting to focus on the exceptions versus the actual rules in life, there's a great chance you're attempting to justify why you don't personally feel you have to make any changes in your life. And that is completely your right to do so, but always remember, there's nothing wrong with shaking up your foundation every once in a while, in a sense allowing a personal reorganization of yourself. Everyone should value themselves enough to want to learn a little bit more about themselves, right? Unfortunately, there are several individuals out here who simply fear the acceptance of any challenge, and are truly intimidated when it comes to testing their abilities in any way. Now, I'm not bringing this up in an attempt to shame these people. I'm doing so to point out some of the experiences these individuals may be missing out on if change doesn't happen for them sooner versus later. By allowing fear to control your life, you'll never get to experience how you personally grow as well as adapt to new situations and environments. You will also miss out on this one pleasant truth in life. When you focus on yourself and continue to accomplish great things, your actions then display how wonderful and refreshing those particular life choices can truly be. The fact of the matter is, in life you will constantly be reinventing yourself based on who you are becoming as well as the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Your environment will continue to change, and if you possess a desire to remain relevant, you will need to do the same. You must always remember to embrace the journey as well as all of the challenges you encountered along the way. More importantly, you always want to avoid becoming one of those individuals who remain in their comfort zone despite never truly enjoying it, simply because it always felt safer than doing what they truly wanted to do with their lives. Please understand, if not addressed, this type of behavior will eventually consume you and ensure you never reach your true full potential, leaving you alone to later regret all of the things in life you never achieved, or even worse, never attempted. One of the best ways I've found to continue to fight self-doubt is to start and accomplish a task you can later be proud of. In my opinion, life itself is a composite of habits you have developed over the course of your life. In other words, habits in a way can be considered the building blocks of our lives. Make sense? So we must be very strategic with the types of habits we allow into our lives, and be sure to only establish habits that support the ultimate version of ourselves. As you go through this habit refining process, keep in mind this is a form of mental training. And with any training at times, it is about being uncomfortable. I say this to encourage you to remain strong. Continue to overpower the temptation to run back to your comfort zone, no matter the level of difficulty in front of you. Training is about subjecting ourselves to physical, mental, and emotional challenges, And generally speaking, the more uncomfortable, unconventional, and ugly the training environment, the more stronger and resilient we tend to get. Going forward, always check in and ask yourself, do you now recognize and utilize your comfort zone to improve and further pursue the best version of yourself? Or do you continue to allow your comfort zone to stand in front of your future blessings by constantly bringing up all of the things the you of today and yesterday refuse to move forward without? I personally believe everyone has at least one gift to contribute to the world. But it starts with everyone truly understanding the importance of concentrating on how you feel about yourself. The way someone else feels about you is theirs. Let them have that and continue to keep the focus where it should be. Continue to satisfy that urge within yourself to find out how much greater you can be. Continue to seek out that next life lesson, waiting for you to discover it and further develop from it. Never feel the need to apologize to anyone, simply because you have a personal desire to do more than is required. All of the great ones understand the completion of small challenges builds the confidence to complete large challenges. And after a while, no challenge is too large. Some of us move on to not only complete something, but we also develop a craving to further study and understand something, until we have in a sense mastered that particular something. And this is when the light bulb brightens for many of us. We then suddenly realize if you can master something, then you can master something else. And at that point it becomes clear to you the sky is truly the limit. That is assuming this version of you still decides to believe in limits. With that said, thanks again for checking in. If you found this content useful, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you don't mind, please leave your comments below and let me know if you have any suggestions for improving this channel. Until the next time, remain curious.